See a bard in the corner. Hello everyone, it's Bardic Whispers here, and today I'm going to read through some of the players' handbooks. Feats. Now, D&D Beyond's Feat system is a bit jank, so you definitely need a book or something to really go through them properly. It makes it just much more harder because, you can't actually select feats when you're leveling up your characters and everything like that, so it's a bit annoying sometimes. 165 for feats. I hope everyone's doing well. As always, I hope that these videos find you at a point that can relax you, or take your mind off something if you ever need. So, we have the feats here. A feat represents a talent or an area of expertise that gives a character special capabilities. So if there's a alert, always on the lookout for danger, you gain the following benefits. You gain a +5 bonus to initiative. You can't be surprised while you're unconscious. Other creatures don't gain advantage on attack rolls against you as a result of being unseen by you. Athlete. You have undergone extensive physical training to gain the following benefits. Your strength or dexterity score by 1 to a maximum of 20. When you are prone, standing up uses only 5 feet of your movement. Climbing doesn't cost you extra movement, and you can make a running long jump or running high jump after moving only 5 feet on foot rather than the 10 feet. Actor. Skilled at mimicry and dramatics. You gain the following benefits. Increase your charisma score by 1 to a maximum of 20. You have advantage on charisma, deception and charisma performance checks when trying to pass yourself as a different person. You can mimic the speech of another person or the sounds made by other creatures. You must have heard a person speaking or heard a creature make the sound for at least 1 minute. A successful wisdom insight check contested by your charisma deception check allows the listener to determine that the effect is fake. Charger. When you use your action to dash, you can use a bonus action to make a 1 melee attack or to shove a creature. If you move at least 10 feet in a straight line immediately before taking this bonus action, you either gain a +5 to the attack damage roll if you choose to make your melee attack and hit, or push target up to 10 feet away if you're a successful shove. Crossbow exit. Thanks to extensive practice with crossbow, you gain the following benefits. You ignore the loading property of crossbows with which you are proficient. Being within 5 feet of a hostile creature doesn't impose disadvantage of your ranged attack rolls. When you use the attack action and attack one-handed weapon, you can use a bonus action to use a hand crossbow you are holding. Defensive duelist. Dexterity of 13 or higher. When you are wielding a finesse weapon with which you are proficient and another creature hits you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to add your proficiency bonus to your AC for the attack, potentially causing the attack to miss you. Dual wielder. You master fighting with 2 weapons that will gaining the following benefits. You gain a +1 to your AC while wielding a separate weapon in each hand. You can use 2 weapon fighting even when the one-handed weapon you're wielding are light. You your draw or stow 2 hit weapons when you would normally be able to draw or stow only one. Dungeon Delver. Alert to hidden traps and secret doors found in many dungeons. You gain the following benefits. You have advantage on wisdom and perception and intelligent investigation checks made to detect presence of secret doors. You have advantage on saving throws made to avoid or resist traps. You have resistance on damage dealt by traps. Travelling at a fast pace doesn't impose the normal -5 penalty on your passive wisdom. Durable. Hardy and resilient, you gain the following benefits. Increase your constitution by 1 to a maximum of 20. When you roll a hit die to gain hit points, the minimum number of hit points regained from the roll equals twice your constitution modifier, a minimum of 2. Elemental Adept. Ability to cast at least one spell. When you gain this feat, choose one of the following damage types: acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder. The spells you cast ignore resistance to damage of the chosen type. In addition, when you roll damage for a spell you can cast that deals damage of that type, you can treat any one on the damage die as a 2. You can select this feat multiple times, and each time you do so, you must choose a different damage type. Grappler. Strength 13 or higher. You've developed the skills necessary to hold your own in close quarters grappling. You gain the following benefits. You have the advantage on attack rolls against the creature you are grappling. You can use your action to try and pin a creature grappled by you. To do so, make another grappling check. If you succeed, you and the creature are both restrained until the grapple ends. Great weapon fighting. You've learned to put the weight of a weapon to your advantage, letting this momentum empower your strikes. You gain the following benefits. On your turn, when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon or reduce a creature to 0 hit points with 1, you can make 1 melee weapon attack as a bonus action. Before you make a melee attack with a heavy weapon you are proficient with, you can choose to take -5 penalty on the attack roll. If the attack hits, you add +10 to the damage attack. Healer. You are an able physician, allowing you to mend wounds quickly and get your allies back into the fight. You gain the following benefits when you use the healer's kit to stabilize a dying creature. The creature gains 1 hit point. As an action, you can spend 1 use of a healer's kit to tend to a creature and restore 1d6 hit points, plus the additional hit points equal to the creature's maximum number of hit die. The creature can regain hit points from this feat again until it finishes a short rest. Heavily armored. Proficiency with medium armor. You have trained the master to use a heavy armor, gaining the following benefits. Increase your strength by 1. You gain proficiency with heavy armor. Heavy armor master. Proficiency with heavy armor. You can use your armor to deflect strikes that would kill others. Regain the following benefits. Strength by 1. While you're wearing heavy armor, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage that you take from non-magical weapons is reduced by 3. Inspiring leader. You can spend 10 minutes inspiring your companions, shoring up the resolve of the fight. When you do so, choose up to 6 friendly creatures, including yourself, within 30 feet of you, and you can see and hear, and who can understand you. Each creature can gain temporary hit points equal to your level, plus your charisma modifier. A creature can't gain temporary hit points from this feat until you have finished a short or long rest. Keen mind. You have a mind that can track time, direction, and detail with uncanny precision, and you gain the following proficiencies. Increase your intelligence score by 1, maximum of 20. You always know which way is north. You always know the number of hours left before the next sunrise or sunset. You can accurately recall anything you have seen or heard within the past month. Lightly armoured. You have trained to master the use of light armour, gaining the following benefits. Strength up by 1. You gain the proficiency of light armour. Linguist. You have studied languages and codes, gaining the following benefits. Increase your intelligence by 1. You learn 3 languages of your choice. You are able to create written ciphers. Others can't decipher a code you create unless they teach them, and they succeed on an intelligence check, DC equal to your intelligence plus your proficiency bonus, or they use magic to decipher it. Lucky. You have inexplicable luck and seems to kick in just at the right moment. You have 3 lucky points. Whenever you make an attack roll or ability check or a saving throw, you can spend 1 luck point to roll the additional d20. You can choose to spend 1 of your luck points after you roll the die, but before the outcome is determined. You choose which of the d20 you use for the attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. You can also spend 1 luck point when attack rolls are made against you. Roll a d20 when you choose whether the attack uses the attacker's roll or yours. If more than one creature spends a lucky point at an influence of the outcome of the roll, the points cancel each other out. No additional dice are rolled. You regain your expended lucky points when you finish a long rest. Mage Slayer. You have practiced techniques useful in melee combat against spellcasters, getting the following benefits. When a creature within 5 feet of you casts a spell, you can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against that creature. When you damage a creature that is concentrating on a spell, that creature has disadvantage on a saving throw it makes to maintain its concentration. You have advantage on saving throws against spells cast by creatures within 5 feet of you. Magic Initiate. Choose a class: Bard, Cleric, Druid, Sorcerer, Warlock, or Wizard. You learn 2 cantrips of your choice from that spell list. In addition, choose 1 first level spell to learn from the same list. Using this feat, you can cast a spell once at its lowest level, and you must finish a long rest before you can cast it in this way again. Your spellcasting ability for these spells depends on your class you choose. Charisma for Bard, Sorcerer or Warlock, Wisdom for Cleric, or Druid, or Intelligence for Wizard. Martial Adept. You have martial training that allows you to perform special combat maneuvers. You gain the following benefits. You learn 2 maneuvers of your choice from among these available to the Battlemaster archetype. In the Fighter class, if a maneuver you use requires your target to make a saving throw to resist a maneuver's effects, the saving throw DC equals 8 plus your proficiency bonus, your strength or dexterity modifier of your choice. You gain 1 superiority die, which is a d6. This die is added to any superiority dice you may have. This die is used to funnel your maneuvers. A superiority die is expended. When you use it, you regain your expended superiority die when you finish a short or long rest. Medium Armor Master. You have practiced moving in medium armor to gain the benefits. Wearing medium armor doesn't impose disadvantage on your dexterity stealth checks. When you wear medium armor, you can add 3 rather than the 2 to your armor if you have dexterity 16 or higher. Mobile, you are exceptionally speedy and agile. You gain the following benefits. Your speed increases by 10 feet. When you use a dash action, difficult terrain doesn't cost you extra movement on your turn. When you make a melee attack against a creature, you don't provoke opportunity attacks from the creature for the rest of the turn, whether you hit or not. Moderately armored. Proficiency with light armor. You have trained your master use of medium armor and shields, gaining the following benefits: increased strength or dexterity by 1. You gain proficiency with medium armor and shields. Mounted combat. You are a dangerous foe to face while mounted. While you are mounted, you aren't incapacitated. You gain the following benefits. You have advantage on melee attack rolls against any unmounted creature that is smaller than your mount. You can force any attack targeted at your mount to target you instead. If your mount is subjected to an effect that allows it to make a dexterity saving throw to make only half damage, it instead takes no damage if it succeeds on the saving throw, and only half damage if it fails. Observant. Quick to notice details of your environment, you gain the following benefits. Increase your intelligence or wisdom by 1 to a maximum of 20. If you can see a creature's mouth while they are speaking a language you understand, you can interpret that, saying by reading its lips. You have a +5 bonus to your passive wisdom and a passive intelligence investigation scores. Polearm Master, you gain the following benefits. When you take an attack action and attack with only a glaive, halberd, quarterstaff, or spear, you can use a bonus action to make a melee attack with the opposite end of the weapon. This attack uses the same ability modifier as the primary attack. The weapon damage die for this attack is a d4 and it deals bludgeoning damage. Resilient. Choose one ability score you gain with the following benefits. Increase your chosen ability score by 1. You gain proficiency in saving throws using chosen ability. Ritual Caster. You have learned a number of spells that you cast as rituals. These spells are written in Ritual Book, which you must have in hand while casting one of them. When you choose this feat, you acquire a Ritual Book holding 2 third-level spells of your choice. Choose one of the following classes: Bard, Cleric, Druid, Sorcerer, Warlock, or Wizard. You must choose your spells from that class spell. And the spells you choose must have the ritual tag. The class how you choose them determines your spell casting ability. Those spells: Charisma for Bard, Sorcerer or Warlock, Wisdom for the Cleric or Druid, or Intelligence for Wisdom for a Wizard. If you come across a spell in written form, such as a magical spell scroll or a wizard's spellbook, you might be able to add it to your ritual book. The spell must be on the spell list for the class you choose. The spell's level can be no higher than half your level rounded up. It must have a ritual tag. The process of copying the spell into your ritual book takes 2 hours per level and costs 50 gold per level. The cost represents material components you expend as an experiment with the spell and to master it, as well as the fine inks you need to record it. Once per turn, when you roll damage for a melee weapon attack, you can roll the weapon's damage dice and use either total. That's for savage attacker, Sentinel. You have master techniques to take advantage of every drop in any enemy's card, gaining the following benefits. When you hit a creature with your opportunity attack, the creature's speed becomes 0 for the rest of its turn. Creatures provoke opportunity attacks from even if they are taking the disengage action before leaving your reach. When a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than the target doesn't have this feat, you can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against the attacking creature. Sharpshooter. You have mastered ranged weapons and you can take shots that others find impossible. You gain the following benefits. Attacking at a long range doesn't impose disadvantage on your ranged weapon attack rolls. Your ranged weapon attacks ignore half cover and 3/4 cover. Before you make any attacks with a ranged weapon that you are proficient with, you can choose to take a -5 penalty to the attack roll. If the attack hits, you add +10 to the attacker's damage. Shield Master. You use shields not just as protection, but also as offense. You gain the following benefits while you are wielding a shield. If you take the attack action on your turn, you can use your bonus action to try and shove a creature within 5 feet of you with your shield. If you are incapacitated, you can add your shield's AC bonus to any dexterity saving throw you make against a spell in order to, or other harmful effects that targets only you. If you are subjected to an effect that allows you to take a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, you can use your reaction to take no damage if you succeed on a saving throw, interposing your shield between yourself and the source of the effect. Skilled. You gain proficiency in any combination of 3 skills or tools of your choice. Skulker. Dexterity 13 or higher. You are an expert in slinking through shadows. You gain the following benefits. You can try to hide when you are lightly obscured from a creature from which you are hiding. When you are hidden from the creature, you miss it with a ranged weapon attack, making the attack doesn't reveal your position. Dim light doesn't impose disadvantage on your wisdom perception checks, relying on sight. Spell Sniper. You have learned techniques to enhance your attack with certain spells, gaining the following benefits. When you cast a spell that requires you to make an attack roll, the spell's range is doubled. Your ranged spell attack ignores half cover and 3/4 cover. You learn one cantrip that requires an attack roll. Choose a cantrip from the Bard, Cleric, Druid, Sorcerer, Warlock, or Wizard spell list. Your spellcasting ability from the cantrip depends on the spell list from your chosen class. Charisma for Bard, Sorcerer or Warlock, Wisdom for Cleric or Druid, and Intelligence for Wizards. Tavern Brawler. Accustomed to rough and tumble fighting using whatever weapons happen to be on hand, you gain the following benefits. Increase your strength or constitution by 1. You are proficient with improvised weapons. Your unarmed strike uses a d4 for damage. When you hit a creature with an unarmed strike or an improvised weapon in your turn, you can use your bonus action to attempt to grapple the target. Tough. Your hit points maximum increases by an amount equal to twice your level when you gain this feat. Whenever you gain a level thereafter, the hit point maximum increases by an additional 2 points. Warcaster. You have practiced casting spells in the midst of combat, learning techniques that grant you the following benefits. You have advantage on constitution saving throws that make you maintain your concentration on a spell that you are taking damage. You can perform the somatic components of spells even when you have weapons or shields in both or one hand. When a hostile creature's movement provokes an opportunity attack from you, you can use your reaction to cast a spell to the creature. rather than making an opportunity attack, the spell must have a casting time of 1 action and must target only that creature. And finally, Weapon Master. You have practiced extensively with a variety of weapons, gaining the following benefits. Increase to strength or dexterity by 1, and you gain proficiency with 4 weapons of your choice. Each must be a simple or martial weapon. So that is the listed feats. I'd love to hear about some of the feats or your favourite feats, and what you try to get with your characters to try and buff them as much as possible. I think feats as well definitely help with aspects of min-maxing and stuff like that. So if your DM is allowing you or is giving you feats, I highly recommend reading them up and knowing exactly what they do, because they can become very, very important very quickly. Thank you all for listening. Enjoy your long rest.